Yay, we're live with the first ever SmackDown post SmackDown review or whatever. Hi, everybody. This is Smark City. We're here. I was the only one who got to watch the show tonight. I'm Alex. Oh, shit, that's loud. I can hear it on my other fucking thing. Go away. Yay. That's the computer that I tweet off of. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Alex. I got to see the show tonight. Drew, who is with me, say hi, Drew.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. Drew did not get to see the show because he was up in New Jersey doing some shit.
Yeah, I had a long day.
Well, he didn't get to hear any of the draft picks except for the ones I kind of, I guess, spoiled for you. Because I can't keep my mouth shut.
At some point on our Twitter account right now, maybe in the 8:30 to 9 o'clock hour, is just a bunch of capital letters.
Yeah, wonder why. Anyway, so how would you like me to do this? The show was okay. Like they didn't do anything special because it wasn't about the wrestling tonight. It was about the draft picks. The ending. You don't even know how the Ambrose Rollins thing ended, do you?
No, I do not.
Well, let me spoil it for you right now.
Please do.
Ambrose won.
I'm not really surprised about it.
He won clean as a whistle.
Oh, that I'm surprised about.
Clean as a whistle. Middle of the ring. Dirty deeds. 1, 2, 3.
Was it a good match at least?
It was fine. For Rollins and Ambrose fans, they would have probably really, really enjoyed it. I'm a Rollins fan. I'm an Ambrose fan too, but I want to see them get away from each other. So it was just like, yeah, it was a good match. They got drafted to different brands, so that's great.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
who got drafted?
Let me do that for you. Let me tell you the current situation on the draft. Okay. So this is the way it worked. You know how Raw got 3 picks for every 2, right?
Right.
So the way it worked was they would make 5 picks in a segment. So it'd be Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, and then they'd go to do a wrestling match or a commercial break or something, and then they come back and then Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw. So it was just that way the whole way through. So Raw got the first pick, and with the first overall pick, they picked Seth Rollins.
So they started like right at the top of the hour.
Absolutely right at the top of the hour. The show started with the 2 podiums, Daniel Bryan's music, and I think the Raw people were already out there. So Daniel came out and Shane O'Mac came out and they started making picks. So yeah, it was just straight off the bat.
So they had the commissioner and the GMs out.
Absolutely. And it was funny too because at the start, Stephanie was like, "Here, Mick, I'll give you the first pick." And so Foley starts getting to where he's about to announce who the first pick is, and then she just cuts in and just shouts Seth Rollins because of course. And that's kind of building on the point that Shane had on Raw, where he's like, she's going to try to run over you. Like, that's how she is. So, and that's what she did tonight. So, that'll be an interesting story for Raw going forward. But what do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mick is not going to last that much longer as GM. They'd probably fire him.
Yeah, I don't think he's there for a long time. I think that was just we need someone exciting. And I don't know, but yeah, I think he's got a good couple months in him. I don't know.
So Seth Rollins is on my show.
Seth Rollins is the first overall pick for your show, and respectively, Shane made the pick for SmackDown. Number 1 overall for SmackDown is Dean Ambrose, because they were feuding for the title and all that. So Raw countered that with their second overall pick and their first women's pick, Charlotte.
Oh, God.
Not a fan?
Already, I have the 2 worst talkers.
I know.
That I want to mute every time I hear them.
Well, I think they wanted to make the women seem important, so they put Charlotte really high up, and I don't think they made another. When was the next women's pick? It was. Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't that far of a drop, but yeah, it was like, okay, cool. So then SmackDown followed up with AJ Styles.
Okay.
I was like, yay. And then to end the segment, Raw, Mick Foley says, we're going to look to the future here. We're going to pick from NXT. And I spun around in my chair and stared at the TV screen, and they picked Finn Balor. Yes! I was so happy.
Number 3.
Number 3, number 5 overall. So he is the first babyface on Raw taken.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Well, I kind of feel bad for you, but
I'm watching the show anyway. Don't feel bad for me.
Oh, no, because Raw is my show and Finn is on my show.
Stop being so silly. But I'm fine with that. I'm happy. I was so ecstatic they took him so high because God knows I wanted that. And
so I have another question for you.
Yeah.
So the GMs and the commissioners were out on the podiums, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, when they announced the person they were picking, did the person come out?
No. They showed like a little small highlight bracket of like 10 seconds of highlights, and then it would switch to this person SmackDown or this person Raw, and that was how that went. And they quickly moved on to the next person, or they quickly moved on to a match or whatever.
I'm kind of like on the fence with that one because I feel like, especially with somebody like Finn Balor,
I feel like they should have done it. I feel like they should have. Well, that was the thing. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I feel like they should have had it like. I know you're not a big sports guy, but like the NBA draft, they have the lottery, which are the first 15 picks, which are the guys who are all the teams who get those picks are like they're called in the lottery because those picks you have a percentage chance of getting them, and they have like ping pong balls and stuff, and they pick. So anyway, point is the 15 picks there are not set in stone based on record. And then, but they're considered the 15 picks that like are really important. So those guys, the people who are assumed to go that high, are usually there at the thing in a suit to get on stage and smile and wave, right? So I think they could have done that with like the most important people. But
yeah. And Finn Balor is definitely an important person.
They taking him number 5 overall. Yeah, he is. They had NXT, all the NXT people together in the Performance Center to watch together. And so Finn was there, and they had the WWE Network special going on where they would do interviews with the people as they got drafted, and then later in the show they cut to the Performance Center to talk with Balor and 2 of the other NXT people who have gotten drafted. So, yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts so far?
Boo.
Rollins, Charlotte, Balor on Raw, Ambrose Styles
boo.
on SmackDown.
For my show, at least, boo, boo, yay. And for your show, I'm jealous, and I'm jealous.
Well, here's the thing. This is what the common thought on Twitter is that Raw is just stacked, and SmackDown is like, I don't know. So I think SmackDown is very top heavy, and then it trails off very fast. But
as of right now, SmackDown has the champion at the moment. So.
Yeah, very true. That's intriguing. I think that's partly why they made that decision tonight, was because they want people going to Battleground thinking, oh, maybe a new title. Anyway, so those were the first 5 picks. And then when they came back for the next segment, they went in this order. Number 4 for Raw was Roman Reigns.
Okay.
What do you think?
I figured.
He slipped. That's my first impression. He slipped.
He what?
He slipped. Like I thought he would have been like 1 or 2 or 3 overall, and he dropped down a little bit.
Well, I get just because he hasn't been on the show, I guess, and I guess he has to have some sort of reprimand or punishment.
I think
we're not going to take you as number 1.
And the way it was done was Mick Foley said, "Look, I know that this is me proving that I'm independent from Stephanie here because she doesn't want this pick, but I do, and he picked Roman Reigns, and she rolled her eyes and all that. So
yeah, I kind of rolled my eyes right now.
Pretty weak, right? Anyway, so SmackDown immediately countered with John Cena, and then they went back. Yeah. John Cena, AJ Styles leading up SmackDown like they've reported for about 2 months now. And
like you drafted on your draft the other day.
Like I did. I took Styles 1, Cena 2. You can check that out in our archives if you want to watch that. I totally won that draft, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Exactly. And if we had the fucking site running yet, we do. We just got it up. But anyway, you need to
We got it up today, but we haven't.
You need to write who won that draft. That's on you. You write that post. Anyway, so they went back to Raw, and the number 5 pick for Monday Night Raw was Brock Lesnar.
What?
Brock Lesnar. Did you hear that?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, number 5 for Raw.
On Raw.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Does he even get drafted? Like, who's going to tell him not to show up, right?
But he's not a full-time performer.
I know. But he's still got to have a place, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I feel like Brock should just go wherever.
I think you're probably right, too. Anyway, SmackDown countered with Randy Orton at number 4. So you got Cena and Orton on one roster. Yay.
Oh, okay.
But I picked that, too, so I'm okay with that. And then Raw finished the segment by picking at number 6, The New Day. All 3. So they are still together.
Oh, okay. Okay, before we go further, did any tag teams get broken up?
Not that I know of. One group did. Not okay. It was more than 2 people. Yeah. Well, one team did get broken up. It was the Lucha Dragons.
Oh, they were already broken up.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. They officially got broken up. They're on different shows.
I'm so sad.
Yeah. Anyway, so going into the third segment, Raw got the number 7 pick, and they picked Sami Zayn.
Oh, okay.
And then SmackDown countered with Bray Wyatt. Their SmackDown looks very similar to mine so far, except for Ambrose.
That's a little upsetting. I was hoping I would get Bray on Raw.
All right. Well, it's okay. And then went back to Raw, and we got our number 8 pick, and the next woman off the board, Sasha Banks.
That's good. I like that.
And SmackDown countered immediately with Becky Lynch.
Okay. All right.
And then to end the segment, and I don't know why he got drafted this high, number 9, Chris Jericho. I don't know. I'm struggling. Yeah, for Raw. It's very weird because Raw's already taken 9 people. SmackDown's at 6. So it's kind of, I don't know. So what are your thoughts so far? You've heard the rosters. Who do you think's winning so far?
Oh, SmackDown is winning, obviously. But SmackDown is taking a little bit of a loss not having Finn Balor.
I would agree. I think that's probably true. And you're pandering to me, and I like it. Anyway.
I'm not pandering to you. I am actually, I literally think that.
I do too. Thank you. I do appreciate it, though.
But it's not for you. It's not all about you.
Oh, come on. Can it be for me a little bit, please?
15%.
Thank you. Yes, I'll take that. I'm looking at the SmackDown roster so far. It starts to drop off in about 3 picks, so you'll see the drop off here in a minute. Anyway, so they went back to Raw. Number 10 pick, Rusev.
Oh, good. I get Mr. Majestic.
You do. You got Mr. Majestic as fuck. Anyway, yeah, I think he should have been taken higher, but that's okay. So if you don't know by now, the Raw roster has the women's title, has the U.S. Championship, and they have the Cruiserweight Championship. So they got all 3 of those.
So
they have the tag team champions. Pardon, New Day too. So they got four titles at the moment.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's looking like maybe they're going to introduce some new titles to SmackDown.
Yeah, interesting, right? So when they took Rusev, SmackDown immediately was like, well, we need the Intercontinental title, so they took The Miz. I remember Daniel Bryan being very broken up of having to pick him. But that was how it went. And then number 11 for Raw was Kevin Owens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm happy about that.
You got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens still on the same roster.
Oh, well, that I'm not too happy about.
They just need to get away from each other. I mean, you can keep them on the same roster. It's fine. And then SmackDown countered with Baron Corbin at number 8 overall for them.
Okay. All right.
I think that's probably the right brand for him. I think Raw's a little too... Like, if you're going to do the Baron Corbin squashes like he did in NXT, you need a shorter show for it because people just tune out if he's just squashing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what? SmackDown, I think, is the better brand for him.
I think so, too. And then to finish that group of 5 picks, Raw selected Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy.
For which show?
For Raw.
Ooh, I'm happy about that.
For your show.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and by the way, I should mention like the matches they had tonight. They had Cesaro versus Jericho. It was like a 5-minute match, and Jericho won. They had Sasha Banks in a handicap match against Dana Brooke and Charlotte. They had obviously Ambrose, Rollins, and they had Becky and Natalya have a pull apart fight. I don't remember where that was when that was on the show. Yeah, and it was out in near the ring. I can't remember exactly. I wasn't paying attention that much. I was too enthralled by the draft picks and talking about it on Twitter. Anyway, here we're going into the next 5. This pick right here, holy shit.
For what show?
For Raw. Number 13, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Not with AJ Styles.
But with Finn Balor.
Yay! I'm so happy. I'm just so happy because he gets to travel with Carl Anderson. That's why I'm really happy, because they are just the best buddies ever. It's great.
I'm very intrigued now.
Yep. And it immediately tells you, like, okay, they're not just putting him number 3 overall for Raw for no reason. They have some kind of plan here. It could be that he's the first cruiserweight champion. It could be the club is now broken from AJ and with him. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of intrigue there. That pick though, man, I was like, oh yes, my God, yes.
That's going to be a very good Monday next week.
Yes, absolutely.
Come back together again.
Mm-hmm. Now the big thing here was the show had started to taper off a little bit. That brought the life back. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows on Raw away from AJ. And then SmackDown immediately countered with another amazing pick at number 9, the American Alpha.
Oh, damn it.
I got the Alphas, baby. Not your show.
Yeah.
I think between Alphas, Becky Lynch, Bray Wyatt, Cena, Styles, I'm doing okay. I'm not going to suffer.
You're doing pretty. The only ones I'm really happy about are Finn, Sasha, and the club.
I'm glad they got Owens, Zayn, Balor, Rollins all together. That's going to be great. Rusev with them too. I got to add Rusev into that group too.
Oh, and Owens too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what? There's probably some I already forgot about. That's, you know what? I will admit, at first I thought, oh boy, all the really good workers were going to go to SmackDown.
Yeah, and they did.
I got Kevin Owens. I got Sami Zayn.
They did the opposite. They put all the young, good workers on Raw, which is smart.
They're all 3 hours. And they're doing the cruiserweight division there
exactly.
too.
And that's not even telling you some of the other picks that we've got so far. But yeah. Anyway, so that was American Alpha. This is where I was like, well, shit. They Raw counters with Big Show at number 14.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's not even talk about that one. And
no.
Number 10 for SmackDown is not any better. It's Dolph Ziggler.
Oh.
But they closed out the segment with a very fun pick at number 15 from NXT, the first woman, Nia Jax.
On Raw?
On Raw. On Raw. I got you all thinking, oh, it's Bailey. No. The crowd, the people in the crowd, I think, were chanting Bailey. They were chanting Finn when Mick Foley said from NXT. They started chanting Finn. It wasn't very organized, but you could hear it. What'd you say?
Yeah, the Nia, it's Nia Jax, right? That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Nia.
That's an interesting pick. I don't know if exactly she's 100% ready.
She's not. She's not. She needs to be like the enforcer for another woman, I think, to start with. That was kind of my point. When I said it somewhere. I thought she should get drafted, but I think she should be the heavy for Eva Marie or something like that again.
Depending on where Dana Brooke gets drafted, then I would put her maybe with Charlotte.
That's a good point. That would be good. I would like that. Huh. Okay. So anyway, they go Raw gets the number 16 pick, and they picked the returning Neville.
Oh, okay.
So you get Neville. Then yeah, absolutely. SmackDown responds with Natalya, which would be interesting. So you got Becky Lynch and Natalya kind of as the top SmackDown women's feud at the moment. Yeah, so I don't know. At number 17 for Raw, Cesaro.
Oh, good.
Now you got Cesaro, Neville, Owens, Balor, Rollins, Zayn.
Beautiful.
You want to talk about some fun matches? Holy fucking shit. Anyway, so then SmackDown countered with literally my least favorite wrestler in the fucking history. Well, no, there's one worse. But at number 12, Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm thinking about that roster so far. He's already had matches with Cena, of course.
Cena and Ziggler and Orton. He's just not a good fit for WWE anymore. Like, he's just not. Who do you want him to? Who would you want to actually see him work with? Let me ask you that. Just anyone on the roster. AJ.
Yeah, that would be different. That's never happened before.
It would be different, and AJ should absolutely squash his face. But whatever.
It'd be pretty stiff, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely would be. Anyway, so number 18 for Raw was Sheamus.
Okay.
Right. And I think that was the last pick done on the show.
Really? They ended with Sheamus?
Yep.
That's a weird way to end.
Or it could have been Cesaro. Let me see. 15, 16. No, I think it's Sheamus. Yeah, it was Sheamus. So anyway,
it would be like a bigger name or something.
Yeah, well, you'd think. And then they had the Rollins-Ambrose match where Ambrose wins to end the show. And then Bryan and Shane went out to the ring to yes with them.
As they should.
Yeah, exactly. As they should. So there are your rosters for SmackDown, at least for the SmackDown show. You got for Raw, you have Seth Rollins, and this is the men singles competitors. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Rusev, Kevin Owens, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. I guess they could singles. They probably should at this point. Big Show, Neville, Cesaro, and Sheamus. Pretty stacked, right?
That's pretty good.
When you look at SmackDown, you have Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles. That's obviously an incoming feud here. John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, The Miz, Baron Corbin, Alberto Del Rio. Dolph Ziggler. Sorry, add him too.
If you cancel out Ambrose for a second, it really makes John Cena the top face.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's I don't know how I feel about that one.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Raw they're trying to say literally like the future is Raw, right? because you have a lot of these NXT guys that have cut their teeth and really made a great showing on NXT in the past year or two. And then on SmackDown, you have Dean, who's a great babyface, but then you got Cena, and basically it's just Cena. I mean, Cena and Styles are the guys over there, and Wyatt, I guess, but there's really no one to carry that brand. So it's a bit worrisome. Cena. Except Cena, yeah, who's like 40 years old.
And is probably going to get drafted to Hollywood at some point.
Yeah, and AJ Styles is 37, so it's not like he's definitely going to be around for a little bit longer, but you know what I mean? Like this is not a guy who's going to lead you for 10 more years. So, I don't know. It was I felt like when they had Daniel Bryan as the SmackDown GM, there was going to be a certain feel to that show in line with Daniel Bryan, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they did not do that. They did not do
That's
that.
what I thought too.
Oh shit, I just saw another person who got drafted from NXT.
They got after
I'll tell you that in a minute. Oh my god, and there's another.
After the show, they went to the network and they did a whole hour there.
Oh my god, I don't think Bayley got drafted. She did
Are
not.
you serious?
I don't think she did. Nope. She did not.
Wow.
You may see her Battleground, though. You may see her as Sasha's partner.
Sasha.
Yeah. You know.
Or it'll be Paige.
It'll be or be Paige. I think Paige got drafted. No, she's on Raw. Okay. Yeah. So anyway,
I saw Paige, and I saw my favorite tag team in the whole world, Golden Truth, got drafted.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the first pick on the network was Golden Truth. Here, let me just read you the rest of the Raw picks, okay? So this is the rest of your brand from all the names I gave you: Golden Truth, Titus O'Neil, Paige, Darren Young, Sin Cara. The other guy I think is just the absolute worst, Jack Swagger, the Dudley Boys, Summer Rae, Mark Henry, Braun Strowman. He's away from Bray Wyatt. Bo Dallas, Shining Stars.
Oh, Jesus.
Alicia Fox.
Okay.
Dana Brooke.
Oh, okay. So she was Charlotte.
Yeah, and Curtis Axel.
You know what?
Yeah.
Heath Slater is not on there, and I'm okay with that.
I don't think he even got drafted, dude.
Okay. Good luck in your future endeavors, buddy.
Yeah, well, he'll probably be on Raw anyway. They only publicized a certain amount. So anyway, here's the rest of SmackDown. We ended it with Alberto Del Rio. You got the Usos, Kane, shut up, Kalisto, Naomi.
Oh, okay.
The Ascension. Shut up. At least the American Alphas get to beat on them. That'll be fun. Zack Ryder. I don't know why.
Okay.
Apollo Crews.
Okay.
That's the place for him. NXT call up Alexa Bliss.
Whoa, really?
I called that one.
They called up Alexa Bliss, and
she's amazing. Alexa Bliss is
I'm not saying that because she doesn't deserve to be called up. I'm just saying, really? Not Bayley?
Yeah. they gotta fuck with the crowd somehow. Like they can't say no to Finn Balor anymore, right? So they gotta fuck with
Bayley.
Bayley.
Really gonna keep her down there forever?
No, she's coming up. It's just she wasn't in the draft. They're waiting to give her to Sasha after Sasha makes the title. They're trying to do something like that. So it's okay. They got a plan there, I'm pretty sure.
SummerSlam coronation, probably.
Yeah. And then number 21, Breezango for SmackDown. Yeah, I got Breezango.
My poll didn't work last night.
Nope. Eva Marie.
Oh, okay, good.
The Vaudevillains.
Good.
Eric Rowan.
Good.
Mojo Rawley.
Very good.
And
seriously, I don't like him at all.
And Carmella. I think that's more than 6 NXT people. Carmella, Mojo Rawley, Alexa Bliss, Finn Balor, American Alpha, Nia Jax. Am I
okay? So
that's 6.
Hold on.
All right.
So,
Mojo Rawley, really? Oh my god! Oh, they're gonna do Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley. They're gonna do Hype Bros on fucking SmackDown. God damn it.
Enjoy that.
Fuck off. Anyway,
so not only did they not put Carmella with Enzo and Cass, they just put her on SmackDown, and that could have been Bayley's spot. So I really think they must be doing something major with Bayley.
Well, I don't know if it's major, but like there's clearly. I think what you're going to see is at Battleground, Bayley appears to help Sasha Banks, and then she feuds with Paige or whomever up until SummerSlam, where Sasha Banks wins, and then hi, I'm Bayley. I beat you on NXT, and I'm going to do it here on Raw too. You know what I mean?
Also interesting how the two, we'll say, one suspended and the other who could have been suspended if he were in the same position as the first one, both got drafted to the same show.
Yeah, you mean Reigns and Lesnar?
Yeah.
What's great is they didn't even mention Lesnar's problems. They don't want people to know. They want to keep that quiet. But I'm glad they took 3. I had a feeling they were going to take 3 NXT women. I put them at, I think when I was predicting it, I said Bayley, Alexa Bliss, and Nia Jax. I figured they were going to draft Bayley, and I thought that was the given. But if it was not Bayley, I would have said Carmella. But I think they should have taken 3, so I'm glad they did. That's not a deep division by any means. So splitting that one is really an issue.
Oh, yeah. So now that they've split the women, does that mean that there's going to be 2 women's titles?
Who the fuck knows? No one has an idea. But yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting. But yeah, fun thing, huh?
But you know what? There are some legitimate surprises there for sure.
There's some legitimate surprises.
Really happy that I get Finn.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I don't think of it even that way. I'm watching both shows, so I'm good.
I know, but I get to tweet about Finn.
That's true.
You get to tweet about Kane.
Mm-hmm. Well, shut up.
Sorry.
Shut up. The worst.
So, yeah, all right. I mean, I really would have liked to see the show, but unfortunately, my DVR box also did not tape the show.
Yeah, you poor thing. I said that before we started. I think you could probably go. Let me check the WWE YouTube and see if they have clips. They really should. If they don't,
yeah, they probably will.
Kind of mean.
I didn't get to hear Mauro Ranallo.
Well, here's the problem: is you get Mauro Ranallo and Michael Cole and Byron Saxton and whoever else it was.
What the hell is Michael Cole doing there?
Just being there for shits and giggles because it's
we
have to have him there too.
Did they have a Raw and SmackDown table there?
No, it was just all one table. It's just 4 people at one of those little teeny tiny tables. It was stupid. Anyway,
okay. So they had Jerry Lawler, they had Mauro Ranallo, they had Byron Saxton, and Michael Cole. No JBL.
They had 4. I can't remember who they were. No, it was Jerry Lawler, Byron Saxton, Michael Cole, Mauro Ranallo. So yeah, It was interesting. It was very, very interesting.
That's so convoluted. I don't even want to think about what that sounded like on TV.
Mm-hmm. How
did Mauro do? Did it do pretty good?
Live? It was fine. I wasn't really paying that much attention. Like I said, I was too busy about the draft. It was too many people, but I wasn't like completely offended by it. You know what I mean? Like if I had to rate this, if I had to review this show, I would not even talk about the matches. Like I would maybe talk a little bit about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, but that's all I would talk about. Like, I mean, that would be it, and then I'd just be talking about the picks and be like, it was an average show. Know what I mean?
What matches were on the show besides the main event?
The matches that were on the show were Cesaro versus Jericho. It was the handicap match. I don't know. I can't remember. I think those two, and then Ambrose Rollins. I don't know.
Good enough.
Good enough. You get the point. Anyway, it was an interesting thing. Anything you want to say in addition, or should we just go ahead and wrap this one on up?
I had another question since I wasn't watching it. Are they going to continue to put people on the shows? Like they obviously didn't announce literally everyone that's on Raw and SmackDown.
Right. I guess they're continuing. I think it's just behind the scenes and they're just on the show and we'll see them and be like, oh, I guess they're on Raw, or oh, I guess they're on SmackDown. But
so it is possible then that Heath Slater is going to be on Raw. Yeah,
because not everyone got drafted. You know what I mean?
That's kind of annoying.
Weird.
But okay.
It's weird. It's how Raw or WWE is at times. They just kind of do things and they really don't plan that well. But
so Vince didn't show up either.
Nope. No Vince.
Or Triple H.
No Triple H. I'm looking at the WWE not Facebook, YouTube. They have 5, 10, 15, 20 videos available from the draft. So you definitely should go in there. They had Cena versus Luke Gallows, and they had Darren Young, Zack Ryder versus Rusev and The Miz. Oh, and they had Kane versus Kevin Owens. Forgot about that. Oh, they had Xavier Woods and Bray Wyatt. See, I forgot a lot of that stuff. Xavier Woods versus Bray Wyatt was fun. I forgot about that totally, but it was really fun. That was a good one.
Was there any heel turn type of thing? Or?
No, it was just
nothing.
It was just Xavier being super cautious and just getting just destroyed, and he finally gets a little life, and Bray Wyatt just cuts it off with a Sister Abigail to win the match. But it was great because to start the match, they ring the bell, and Wyatt's in the corner holding the ropes, like staring into the distance with his back turned to Xavier. And Xavier's just like, what the fuck do I even do here? So he starts to cautiously start to edge up to him, and then Wyatt does his hold on the ropes, turn and look behind him thing. And it was an interesting thing. He did a spider walk when Xavier got some momentum. So it was interesting. It's an interesting thing. That was a fun match. Oh, they have a video of NXT's Finn Balor reacts to being drafted on Raw. I guess it's like the as it happened view, and then they have another interview from him.
Yeah, they do that. Those Fallout things, I think.
Yeah, well, it's a Fallout interview, but the other one is just a live reaction of he got picked, and the whole NXT room is there to react to it. So, guess what I'm going to be watching when we end this?
Well, I'm going to be watching it too. So,
yeah. I'll tell you this. I will say this. Final thought was the show was good. The picks were better. Watching the network was more fun than watching SmackDown. I watched the network at the same time because they had a live coverage of the show as it went on. And it was Renee Young, Booker T, Lita, and Corey Graves. And they would all talk about the pick and kind of evaluate and break it down. And then the wrestlers. So this was like behind the curtain at SmackDown, apparently. And the wrestlers would come up and talk. So Kevin Owens came in there and threw a fit at being picked so low. And Enzo and Cass came in to talk about whatever the shit they talk about. I don't even know. They brought in Sheamus. They brought in Charlotte. They brought in a few others. It was a fun thing. It was more fun watching that than it was the show. So, because, that's what we were caring about. We were caring about the breakdown. We were caring about the picks, not really the wrestling matches so much today.
That would be interesting if they even put some sort of a network thing like coinciding with the show on USA Network.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing I do need to mention. They had a moment where during the Gallo-Cena match, I remember now, it was right at the start of the show after the first 5 picks. They went to commercial break and they did a side-by-side split screen of it where the wrestling match, you got to keep watching it in a small box and they showed you commercials and had the commercial audio overlaid. But you got to keep watching the match. That was really cool. I hope they do that forever from now on.
That's new.
Yeah, that's new, and I liked it. Big fan of that. Keep doing that.
I like that too, actually.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was like I said, it was a show. The draft is finally over. Now we get to evaluate that and talk about that. And, yeah, I'm excited because I think they've shown their hand on the people they want to really emphasize, and that looks like a fun time. Anyway, we finally got the site back up. We have a new URL for all of you to go see. It's www.thesmarkcity.com.
It's www.
Dot. Did I say www?
You said www at.
Or my bad. I'm dumb. You know what I mean. I'm talking.
Oh, no, you're not.
Point is, thesmarkcity.com. We're working on bringing you new content. If you have anything you'd like us to write about or any kind of coverage you're interested in having, to let us know. We're willing to bring what you're looking for, as we say on our YouTube handle, image, and all that. This is your Smark City. Whatever you want, we got you. So thanks for being with us. We love your feedback. And Drew, you got anything to say?
No. I'm very interested in seeing what WWE looks like going forward.
It'll be fun. We'll have something to talk about because that's how it always works. Anyway, all right, we out of here. Later.